Hello and welcome to this brand new episode of Campus TV. Today we are at Bajaj Institute of Management and Research, Greater Noida. We have with us Dr. Urvashi Makkar, the Director General of the Institute, with us to talk to us. My first question to you, ma'am, is with so many institutes across the country, how does Bajaj Institute of Management and Research differentiate with others?
First of all, I would like to share that we are putting very humble effort in the higher education system and specifically in the management education. I'll not try to make tall claims that we are different from the elitist of the institutions in our country. We are trying to penetrate into the segment with certain concrete measures and efforts in our category of the institutions, of course. And when I talk about why GL Bajaj is different from the other institutions, I'll try to share that we are putting the impetus on certain niche areas. Like one thing which we have observed is missing in most of the management institutions is the focus on the life skills. That's what is always missing. And then the sense of purpose, which has to be really created amongst our students. So here we are trying to create that sense of purpose for the life for our students, and how it is generated, that is again a bigger issue. So obviously that sense of purpose is created with the help of generating the skills, the competence and the knowledge amongst the students with highly innovative curriculum design. So obviously there are certain aspects in which we believe we are putting our humble efforts and we are being successful.
A recent study by SOCHAM has pointed out, except leaving IIMs, XRIs and SPGen of the country, most of the 5,500 business schools are producing subpar level candidates which are not employable. So what is the problem and solution for it?
Right, this is a very much pertinent question, I must say, and this is highly ironical also that unfortunately our institutions are not figuring amongst the top 50 institutions and even amongst the top 100 institutions of the global standards. And the reason is connected with the question which I just have answered about the overall education system in our country. So again the issue is same, that we treat education very differently in our country. For us, education means the knowledge acquisition, that's it. For us, education means a degree, a paper in our hand. But the point is that an education has to give you the life skills which will sustain for the lifelong. Second, if you are having a management degree, you have to have that corporate readiness with you. Third, you have to have certain skills which are going to be your assets for the lifelong. But unfortunately, most of the institutions are not focusing on these three areas, and that might be the biggest reason that our institutions are not matching up with the global standards today. So obviously there is you can say, huge requirement and a need for the curriculum redesign. We need to understand that how our curriculum can be exactly giving the employable management graduates which are as per the global standards requirements, and which are having the flexibility to fix and fit themselves into the requirements which are highly changing ones in the new technological age, in the era which is so much digitalized. Obviously the students have to understand all these requirements, aspects, and fulfill those expectations.
What skills and extracurricular activities do GLBIMR provide to its students to stand apart from the crowd?
Yeah, that's a really important point, that what addition to the curriculum we are doing and providing to our students which are contributing to their placeability, which is contributing to their employability. As I said very rightly that there is no dearth of employment, but there is a dearth of employable candidates. And keeping that into view and to fit our candidates, the students, into the market requirements, we are trying to enhance the curriculum by offering them first of all the value-added certification programs. So we're really pleased to share that we had tied up with MSME, Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises, for 3 certification courses on digital marketing, Yellow Belt, Six Sigma certification and MS Excel Advanced certification. And these certifications are definitely fortifying the profiles of the students, and they are giving them an edge over the others. Secondly, we have tied up with the Bombay Stock Exchange also for the special certification program, which has been customized as per the requirements of our students. That 30-hour certification which we are providing within our campus with the help of the Bombay Stock Exchange trainers, that is giving them an additional advantage as compared to the other institutions. I am very sure of that. Besides these value adds, we are trying to provide the corporate interface, which is highly needed in this current scenario, so that our students can understand what exactly is going to happen after they complete and finish the degree. So we are trying to give them the exposure with the help of few industrial visits, corporate mentoring program, then the live projects with the companies in which they are closely working with the corporate professionals during their tenure in the institution while doing the degree. So these initiatives have started giving us the advantages and the returns, and that has been one of the reasons that our institution has shown this time wonderful placements in the best of the companies. So we believe we are on the right direction, but still a lot has to be done, and so many efforts need to be put in the coming years, which we already have planned.
Any student looking for a management course, why should he go and choose GLBIMR?
As I just have highlighted that our degree, of course, is going to be the same. The paper is same for all the students, for all the institutions all across the country. But the point is the value additions which we are focusing us, the skill enhancement of the students, which has been one very important impetus area in our campus. And third, the competence enhancement of the students. These three areas have been given due importance in the campus, and the whole curriculum is centered around these three areas. So the focus is not on providing the degree to the students, but the focus is on creating the lifelong competencies which will become the asset for our students tomorrow, and they are ready for the market, and the corporate can definitely consider that these students are our assets. So that's what has been our efforts over here in our campus.
Do you also have an MBA program in your campus?
Yes, definitely. We are having PGDM program, full-time 2 years program, and besides that we are offering MBA program also, again 2 years program, which is having affiliation of UP Technical University.
How do you plan to enrich your PGDM program in the next 2 years?
Very well asked question. Of course, academic quality is one foremost priority in our campus. Because we do believe that the conceptual clarity of the students, the academic quality which the student will acquire in the campus, and the knowledge which will be retained by him is going to be along with him or her for the lifetime. So that's why the focus is on the innovations in the pedagogical tools which we are using in the campus. So in the coming 1 or 2 years, our focus is definitely going to be on experimenting and innovating the pedagogy which we are using in our campus. Obviously, we are towards the adoption of the inverted classroom systems, in which the focus is not on the classroom lecture giving process only. The focus is on giving the applied knowledge to our students, in which they can have very clear connect with the corporate, what exactly is happening over there. So that flipped classroom perspective is trying to be created in our campus, and we believe that in coming 1 and 2 years our focus will be on this inverted classroom system. Secondly, when we talk about the global perspective, that's really important for our students, because they are working not only for the national and the local scenario today. They have to spread their wings, they have to work for the global context and the environment today. Even if they are sitting in the country for the whole lifetime, even then they have to understand the global perspective. So keeping that into view, again our efforts are going to be much more in this direction. Currently we are having the global adjunct faculty which is associated to our campus, and they conduct regularly 30 hours sessions for 2 full-fledged core subjects in our campus, that is the strategic management and management of technology, innovation and change. So besides these 2 subjects, we definitely are foreseeing that we can expand the domain and the scope of the global adjunct faculty in our campus, and we can initiate few exchange programs with few international universities in the coming days. Currently we send the students for the international trip so that they can understand the global environment. So that trip can be extended to the 100% students. Currently we give it only to the meritorious toppers, and these are the plans. Let's hope how much we can go ahead, but definitely there are the plans to enhance the academic value and the quality in the coming years.
Does your institute provide any kind of financial aid or scholarships to the students from the weaker background with good academic skills?
Yes, definitely. In fact, it has been always an effort of the campus and the management to take care of the students who are academically very strong but financially weaker. Only in the last year we collaborated with the company Capital First, and they had sponsored 2 lakhs scholarship amounting for 10 students, which means an amount of 20 lakhs has been given to the students of our campus for 2 years education over here, which has been a big contribution and support for them. Besides that, the toppers of the institution are also offered the scholarship ranging from 25,000 to 5,000 depending on their academic performance.
We saw a lot of management institutes struggling for admissions, whereas this is not a problem for GLBIMR. So where do you see a problem with other institutes?
The point is that admission should never be a problem, first of all, and it can never be a challenge, because in a country like India there is a huge population of the students which is so much willing to go ahead with the higher education, and specifically for the management education, because this education sometimes ensures a career which is going to give them lifelong returns. So that's why when we listen to this perspective that the admission is a challenge for the management institutions, it is a surprising factor also. The point is that how much efforts we are putting in our campus to deliver the quality. If the quality is delivered, the admission can never be a challenge. So obviously at GL Bajaj institution, we are having focus on these 3 very important core areas, starting of course from the academic quality, which is the foundation, followed by the holistic development of the students in the campus, in which the focus is on their skill enhancement, corporate readiness, and finally to provide them assistance in the placements. So we are really pleased that in all these 3 areas the impetus is 100%, and those efforts are giving us very positive results.
But all prestigious awards have been given to GLBIMR from the industry, and awards being given to you in the personal capacity.
So well, awards and rankings of course are always a big motivation for any institution to work further and to enhance their benchmarks, and whenever we have received certain awards that have given us bigger energy to go ahead and pursue the road of academic excellence. So the list is definitely now long. That's a proud achievement of our campus. But a few significant awards definitely have been there in our kitty, from ABP News being the best institution for corporate interface, one award by Business World very recently in the month of November 2017, again the best institution for the best placements, and one award very recently given in the month of February itself by SOCHAM, Education Post Award, that has been conferred on me in the independent capacity also, that the award for the contribution in the education sector. So surely I feel humbled when these awards are given to me in the independent capacity, but the point is that they come because of the cumulative efforts of the whole team of GL Bajaj, and I'm only the representative who goes to the dais to receive the awards. I must say that we are having an amazing team of the faculty members and the staff members in our campus, who is 100% dedicated, involved and engaged with the academic institution, and I believe that the journey will continue with these awards.
Would you like to give any kind of message to the future management students?
I'll definitely like to tell to the younger generation that they must have very high aspirations in the life. The small ambition is a crime. That's something which I have learned from Dr. APJ Kalam once when I interacted with him in one of the conferences. And that's so true to the core. that small aspiration, small ambition is literally a crime. So they must try very hard. They must try to go and spread their wings higher. That's what is really needed in our country. Only then the country will develop, only then we can contribute towards the nation building. And obviously we are so fortunate that our country is having more than 65% population as the youngsters, the young population. That huge demographic leverage which we are enjoying, this dividend has to be taken care of by having high aspirations amongst our youngsters. They are ultimately the future of our country. So I would really urge them to think big, have bigger dreams, and have the confidence to fulfill those dreams.
This was a short interview with Dr. Urvashi Makkar at GLBIMR Greater Noida, and we will move to a next campus in our next episode. Keep watching Campus TV, and we will bring you some other interesting interviews in our next series. Thank you.